What's happening? What's happening? Let me check the audio real quick. We'll get started. It's been a minute. Excited to catch up with y'all. Let's see if it's actually working. Yeah, we're good here now. All right. Wait for some people to get in. Got quite a bit to talk about. What's up, Broken Tool? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a minute, guys. I apologize for not being able to live stream last week. We had just got into town literally a few hours before we was getting ready to stream, so it was kind of busy last couple of weeks. That's what we're here to talk about, man. We're here to talk some Fox Body shit with some Fox Body friends here, and yeah. What's going on, Jimmer? What's up, Thomas? Matt Wright, good to see you guys. Good to see some of my friends in green, my channel members. Shelby County, man, been a while since I've seen you. Looks like that SSP video is going very good. Yeah, actually, SSP is right behind me. We made a video this past week with the SSP. Guys, I've been on like a timeline with this thing because I'm just tired of staring at the fucking thing. Like, I put all this money, and Team Z sponsored the car with a lot of the parts that they, with the upper lower control arms and the cage and in the front tubular and whatever. And it just feels like I'm like failing that situation because I need to get the car on the track. I need to get the car on the street because I can't tell you guys here on the channel to get your shit off the jack stands when I'm sitting over here with cars aren't running. So I try to keep the black car. The black car is really good. We're going to talk about the mufflers and stuff here in a little bit. We got a handful of things to talk about tonight, actually, just to get caught up. But I appreciate the look, man. I appreciate you. The kind words on the coupe. It's definitely something I've been wanting to build for a number of years. I had an old friend of mine who has passed from now, so rest in peace. My man Mike. But he had an SSP coupe that was like one of the fastest in the area for many, many, many years. And, I always kind of wanted to follow that footsteps. It's always kind of like a story. Like when you start building these Mustangs, these things start becoming like part of your family. And, you spend so much time and money and effort to try to make them perfect and, try to drive them and make them fast. Like everybody's got their own little spin on shit, right? So like, it's kind of like, you may not like something that I'm doing to the car, and I might not like something that you've done to the car, but it really doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It's your shit. Do it the way you want to do it. I got a lot of friends who LS swap their cars. I don't really care. You know what I mean? It's their car. I'm a big Fox Body fanatic. I'm a car guy. I like the Monte Carlos, and I like the G bodies, and I like the IROCs. I like the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 Lightnings. Obviously, I've let that cat out of the bag there. But the point of the matter is, I was staring at, listen, I was literally pushing this stupid car in and out of the damn garage for, I don't know, 6 months. It literally doesn't even have a rear end even bolted in correctly. And, we just made a push on it this past week. We're going to make another small push on it this week, but we got a race to prepare for that I created this Friday, the Elite 8, but we'll talk about that here in a second. But let me get caught up here in the comments. It's good to see everybody. Good to see my members in green. What's up, Troy? Good to see you. Dave LaRue, Bama 5-0. How you been? How you been, brother? Carlos, what's going on, bro? I ain't seen you in a while. Handle Motorsports in the house. I actually, the last live stream that I was going to do last week, I was going to invite him. We're going to be talking about, I'm real proud of this guy right here. So I want to save that for another section. I mean, if he's interested in coming into the live, I want to bring him in a little bit later. If you guys want to, I think he's had a revelation in his racing career. What's up, Lamar? Good to see you, brother. We're actually going to be meeting Lamar very soon. As you guys know, we have his motor all wrapped up in a engine bag in the back here. We actually need to do another video on that, but yeah, we'll get to that. Ron Priest in the house. What's going on, brother? Did you get your goodies that you won from, what was that, Team Z? Is that what you got that from? Jesse Workman, how we doing? But anyways, like I was saying, some people may not like the way that we're, what we're doing with the coupe. Guys, that car right there was an absolute hot mess. When we got it on a deal. You guys have been following the channel. You guys already know. We got that car for like $4,000, and it had like a, half-built motor, which we ended up selling to Lamar right here in chat. But I couldn't naturally let that motor go to him without actually tearing it apart. And it's a good thing we did, because he would have had issues with it anyways. Got a really good deal on the thing, but it was a hot mess. The torque boxes were literally pulling out. The front end had been hit, probably the reason why the car was decommissioned many years ago. And that's why I came up with that video Saturday with the whole rescue idea, because literally you weren't going anywhere in that car without doing the stuff that we did to it. When I took it to McBride, they looked at it and they were like, this car's all crooked. And I'm just like, well, we got to either make it straight or forget about it. But I just want you guys to know that, if you got some tech questions, it's the reason why it's got Tech Talk in the thumbnail. We're always talking some tech shit, some 351, 302, Coyote stuff, whatever you guys want to talk about. If you got a question, I'll answer as best I can. G-bodies are good dirt track cars. Knock the glass out and send it. Yeah, we always wanted to do, if I did a G-body here on the channel, it would definitely be like either a Grand National or a Monte Carlo SS, a 1987 Monte Carlo SS. It's got to be silver. I don't want the Euro glass though, but I would definitely consider it. I think we could probably pull an aluminum block 6.0 LS motor out of a van or truck or something like that if I was to find a good G-body to put it in. But that would be something from the late 80s and early 90s. That's about all I would even consider at that point. Or maybe I definitely wouldn't mind doing a stroker like a 408. I think Chevy is a 408 with a 350. And an IROC too. That wouldn't be too bad of a deal. Or turbocharge a Lightning Gen 1. Oh, that's what I really want to do. I want to turbocharge a damn truck. I think this shit would be cool. We got a hit on somebody. I think who's talking about that? I think William Lane. I think it's William Lane from Silver Sport was talking about he had a black Gen 1 truck behind the shop or something down there in Tennessee, something like that. But I'm definitely looking into that. I got to inquire a little bit more on it. But I would definitely, if I was going to bring a truck, or if I was going to bring another Ford to the channel outside of the Fox bodies we already have, it would probably be a Gen 1. Do a little bit of content on a Gen 1 Lightning. I think those are up and coming for sure. Doing well, Neil. I'm home. Finally got the car home. Nice, man. I know you had went through quite a bit of tragedy there, so it's good to see you got settled back in, bro. And yeah, what did I not say? Yeah, finally got it. Yeah, for sure. Listen, I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry. And I'm going to be real with you. It's been hard for me to get on here and do a live stream, just with the sheer amount of shit that I'm doing. I'm trying to make a stick shift class best I can. I actually created a race, and I'll go ahead and talk about it real quick. I don't want a pat on the back and shit. I race this stuff. So like I like to promote it. I like to try to use as much influence as I can to try to get people to come out and enjoy the, support your local tracks, and, maybe get a little motivated to, maybe if you have a stick shift, to race a little bit. We created an Elite 8 event this weekend, and literally it's a glorified test and tune. But I said to my friends that I've been racing with for about 10 or 15 years, I said, listen, why don't we just throw some money in a bag, you know what I mean, and throw some money on the hood or whatever, and let's all race. There's only 8 of us. And one of the tracks was really cool about it. Dragway 42 was like, yeah, we're all in. Just do what you got to do. We got our own lane. We got our own prep, so I started promoting the shit out of it. It's going to be just 8 friends on a Friday night this weekend, and it's going to be something that I'm going to bring to the channel on Sunday and show you guys a little bit of footage, because I'm sure there's a lot of people going there to watch that. But that's what it's really all about. And that's this whole car shit, this whole car genre, this whole Fox body thing. It's about camaraderie. Like, I was in the military for like 14 or 15 years, and I was in some good units. I was in some bad units. And I can tell you that, Fox bodies, the actual just Mustang, the car people themselves are, it's all about that's what makes like some of the experience. That's why I like going to some of these shows. Like I plan on attending Motor City Fox Fest, and we're going to Ford Takeover. But it's things like that. It's the experience, because we all meet on a level ground where we all enjoy cars. And we all either, whether you're racing them or if you're car showing them or whatever. I mean, it's just, I don't know. But I created the event for Friday. It'll probably be live on one of the live things at some point, but be 8 of us with a couple guys that are testing with us. I think Cody Hartman's bringing his badass little turbo setup. He just went from a supercharged to a turbo, so he's got a little bit of testing he's got to do in the car. If you remember Cody from last year racing with him, but we got Tyler Garlock coming into town, got Skylar Hardy coming into town, and my man Dan Watts, of course, coming in late. He'd be putting valve covers on about the time we're about to race. So, but he gonna get it. He gonna make it happen. He gonna get his shit off the jack stand. I bet you. Let me catch up here. It's been a minute. Time, family, money. Yep. Between school, work, and the game, haven't had much time to hit pull it, finish reinstalling my water pump. Hey man, got to get your shit off the jack stands, brother. I get it though. Time, money, family. It's so difficult. People don't even, some people that don't have cars or don't do any sort of modifications or have this sort of genre or whatever, like they don't, they don't understand that you got to try to balance all that stuff no matter what you're doing in life. I try to balance fitness. I try to balance, hanging out with my, my kids, my family. I try to balance a relationship with a wonderful woman. I know she's watching. I love you. Yeah, I just try to balance stuff. It's difficult, and sometimes it gets away from us. It's very overwhelming, and I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed the last couple of weeks. And I got Ford Takeover coming up. I got 32 car field I got to set up. We got a point series coming up. We're going to talk about here in a little bit. I threw this Elite 8 thing out there, and everyone's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And it's just like that's starting to get a little stressful. But I mean, it is what it is. I get it, brother. And this means tomorrow is Monday. What's up, Jim? Good to see you, bro. No, I don't think so. I think 350. I think the 383 is one of the strokers, but can't you get a 408 or is that LS? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Just like Coyotes, I mean, learning an LS motor would be just the same as a Coyote. It's just a different power plant. That lightning in the past video was incredible. So yeah, that's my buddy Tyler Garlock. So I was corrected, and apparently there's been stick shift swaps in the past. But to be honest with you, I never seen them, and it is what it is. It is whatever. But Tyler did a really nice job. He's an engineer at heart. I mean, he's the only guy that I know put a Hemi motor in a Mustang. But he did a really, really nice job with that truck. It's a really nice truck, and I look forward to maybe doing some more content with it. I'm trying to get my car done and running reliably before weather breaks in Ohio. Maybe finally get the Dragway 42, my first Wednesday testing soon. So yeah, like I said, we're going to Dragway 42 this Friday. So we're actually going to have my man here. He just walked in. My man Miguel. What's up, Miguel? Good to see you, brother. He's going to be one of the guys that's going to be doing a little bit of footage for all of us this weekend, along with there's a couple other videographers or whatever. But yeah, that's I appreciate what Miguel does for us. Stick shift shit with Stick Shift Friends, and he's all about that. He can attest to the camaraderie that we have at the track. I mean, if there's anything I take from, I know a lot of the stuff on my channel, the budget stuff, and I understand the audience and the algorithm that I have. Okay. I know I don't have a whole lot of people that care too much about the racing stuff. I know a lot of you guys really liked the 387 shit. Dad's car is a stock bottom end 302 for a reason. It's going to stay that way, and the 387 is going to stay that way, which we're going to talk about here in a second again. But, I'm trying to bring, you don't want to stay stagnant with just one idea on your channel. You want to try to, that's why I try to race a little bit and try to be as fast as I can and try to win stuff so I can be proud to bring that shit here to YouTube and Facebook or whatever and show you guys, the effort. You guys are supporting me. You're helping me with the content and stay motivated to bring it here to the channel. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you buy into watching me, not just the car and whatever I'm doing. So I appreciate everybody. And that's what you're here for. Neo, are you still loving the Terminator X? Looking to get one for my old Fox body wiring harness to starting to give up? Absolutely. So we actually took the Terminator X out today. We actually took the white car out today. We changed turbos. just so you know, we went to a bigger turbo. And I can tell you, if you remember last year, AGP Turbo sent us a custom turbo with a T4 flange. It used to be a T6, custom housing, an 8087. So basically 80 millimeter with an 87 wheel. And that's a pretty big turbo, but it's a twin scroll. So it's got the, you know, the housing's a little bit different. So it's going to spool pretty quick. It's going to spool pretty good. And we made more power with that turbo, but being on a stock computer with a tune that shit wasn't happening with that turbo. And one of the main reasons why I always stuck with a 7675 on my 363 and my 408 is the fact that I didn't have to, you know, it didn't have to get up on two-step too much. I could leave on pretty much motor, and the turbo would kick in so fast. You know, it's like an old school way of racing, you know, back in the day. But I think this 80 wheel, you know, I took it out today on 12 pounds of boost and about put me in a damn ditch, you know, and it's just like, we're just trying to shake it down a little bit, do a little street tuning, right? And it definitely pulls pretty hard. So I'm pretty excited. We're going to the dyno on Wednesday. I'm not looking to, you know, make 4 digits to the wheels. I just want to make what we made on the 7675 with the potentiality to be that much more power. So 7675 came in pretty hard. So just to answer your question, Jay, Terminator X is a badass unit. I probably should have done it 2 years ago. I would have done it in 23, but by the time I figured out I got, you know, that I wanted to change, I was mid-season, and there's a pretty decent learning curve regardless of how you shake it. There's a pretty decent learning curve with Terminator X. So yeah, for sure. Got to brag on my friend Rodney Ward. He won the NMCA True Street 13-0 Super Stang Bracket Open. And NMCA, nice, man. Well, shout out to Rodney Ward for sure, brother. Hail to the yeah. Yeah, me neither, Miguel. I can't wait either. What's up, Paul? What's up? All about them Fords. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, man. Just like I just said a little bit ago, Paul. I'll put a GM on the channel. You know what I mean? But it'll be a GM motor in a GM car. And it'll be called Nemesis. It would be a silver Monte Carlo SS and or I don't like the black IROC. There was a teal IROC. Those were pretty fire. What do you guys think? I'm thinking the teal IROC. I see more of those in my day than I did the black or the red ones. So it'd be like a teal IROC with a stroked out small block Chevy. Hell yeah. I cut my teeth on modifying shit with Chevy 4-bolt main motors and stuff. So I know my way around a pushrod Chevy, but I'm Ford for life. You see it behind me. Ever thought about twin turbos? Absolutely. So one of the things on the thumbnail is the Trooper Coupe timeline. So we'll talk about that since you just said Rich Long. There's nothing wrong with a single turbo on your system. There's nothing wrong with the superchargers. Superchargers, turbos, and nitrous all work differently. But in the end, they all make power. What I like about nitrous, what I don't like about nitrous is you always got to worry about bottle pressure and how much nitrous you have in your bottle. But if you got a monster motor, like a 427, 408, 387, 393, something that's got some compression that can get out of its own damn way, nitrous is a badass motor or a badass power adder because you don't always have to have it. You can run around town all motor, badass, you know, like the Yodi. I mean, look at Andrew Hanlon's Yodi. I mean, that thing is nasty. Thing runs deep sixes, all motor. He puts a damn nitrous kit on that car. That car going to be super hard to beat. And that's what I like about nitrous is you could take it to the track, all motor, hook up a little bit of nitrous and bust somebody's ass, whether it's carbureted or fuel injection. Superchargers a whole nother animal. I mean, you have power right now all the time. There's no spool lag. There's no two-step for the most part. It's just, I mean, it's building boost literally at idle. And in turbo, you could always big turbo, small turbo, you know, twin turbo. There's all different types of brands to make power for everybody on top of just making power on motor. And with the Trooper Coupe's timeline, we got something on the horizon where we actually bought a set of motors that were rare, which my members already know what I'm talking about. Found a couple Yodis So some rare Yotis that shouldn't be sitting. They're broke. They need fixed, but we got them pretty cheap. And then I also got a line on an aluminum block. So we're not going to give up too much information, but this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to get the Trooper Coupe moving, so I can get the car going down the track with the new suspension and the new fuel system and whatever else we put into the damn car. Put a really, I got to get my best parts in the car that's going to work the best for me. But that don't mean the other car is not going to be left behind. You see what I mean? So twin turbos are what we are heading to, regardless of what power plant's in our coupe in 2025, whether it's a modular or a pushrod. Doesn't matter. It's going to be twin turbo, whatever it is. So the reason why I like twins is I think twins have the potential to make as much or more power a little bit faster than a big turbo. Like a big turbo has to spool a little bit, whereas a twin, you can just it kind of brings the power in, like right now. That's the way I like to build boost, to be honest with you. But I missed the beginning of the chat. Turbo Coyote for the coupe. It's either like I said, we got like an executive deal. It's a bad way to put it. We actually got a really, really good deal on an aluminum block that we're potentially getting our hands on. If that's the case, this block's a 2,500 horsepower block, and that's not what we're trying to make. But it is what it is. We got some good stuff coming up. What's up, Miguel? You and your lady are good people. Glad to meet you guys. Hell yes. So, matter of fact, I made a little video recently. Where's it at? That's Hanlon's car right there. And then I don't remember what pass this was, but this was sent to me earlier in the day. So this is Hanlon in the chat right now. It used to be an X factory stock, Coyote stock, I don't remember, whatever. He used to race the NMRA, NMCA circuit or whatever. But I chat with Andrew pretty much every day, and we finally, me and Tony was talking to him, and hey, you need to take that car and start no prepping because it just leaves so good. It's a tight ass car. So we got a couple suspension things to do, but I think once he gets that all handled, I think he's gonna be good to go. But that was Andrew at the past Kings of Columbus. But it's all motor. Add a little nitrous to that, get that thing steering right. Thing's gonna be nasty. But I wanted to show you guys. The camaraderie is amazing in the stick shift group. Nobody feels above anyone. It's who goes A to B, 100%. But also helping others to get there. Last year, you gave Cody a shifter, and he still, yeah, I gave Cody a shifter handle, and he beat me. I think he would have. That's not saying he probably couldn't have, still got down the track, right? But they all looked at me. It was funny because it was just like we're at pacemakers, and I don't know, there was like 1,200 on the table. I don't remember. And I was heading to the finals against him. And he had broke his shifter in the semis. And I was just like, I got that handle in the trailer. So, I wasn't going to let the dude try to race for money and cut his hand open. You know what I mean? That's just not who I am, bro. So I ended up getting out of the groove. Like Corey put me out of the groove a little bit. And I was in the lead by about a half a car when I banged third, but the car got stupid on me, and he just drove around me, bro. Cody mile an hour like a anyway, so he mile an hour is about 5 miles an hour more than I do anyway. So he was coming regardless, but as soon as I lifted, that car drove by me. But I wasn't mad at all, man. Not one bit. That's what that shit's all about. I think a 350 is 3875, is 440 bore is 396. So the LS, I don't know. I want to say somebody said that they had a 408 Chevy. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, we are a pretty tight group. You know, like I said, you know, when I'm trying to make so we'll go into what we're talking about with saying that in mind. You know, we'll go into earn a TREMEC. So on the thumbnail, you guys see behind me, we got one of the TREMECs to give away this year. I'm giving away 2 TREMECs this year on a point series and a Ford takeover. So there's a 32 car. I haven't really promoted a lot of the Ford takeover stuff recently. Not because I didn't want to, but because I had the point series starting up. So we're going to be doing some lock-ins about a week after that, because we'll be almost, a month out or so. It's kind of hard to ask for people to lock money in months in advance, because you never know what they're going to do to their car. So I had a couple guys actually sell their cars last year that were locked into the Ford takeover thing, but we're going to try to do 32 cars and get them locked in, full money lock in. And even if they don't show up, at least their money's there. We're going to be giving away a TKX at that race to the winner. And it's going to be something like $2,000 or so to the runner up. We're going to pay back like 5 or 6 spots. So I'm all about, winner take all type shit, but I think it brings more potential to people come out and try to race and enjoy. And especially if they, they can draw people and put asses in the stands, to come watch. If there's more to win than just the winner, you know what I mean? Because you never know. Stick shift's tough to race in sometimes, especially the faster you get. A to B is tough. 406 Chevy is pretty common. So that's built off of a 350 push rod. Is that aftermarket block, like 427? Glad we got to meet you and the crew too. Okay, he must be talking to Andrew. Have you ever ran a Mega Squirt version 1? No, I've never ran a Mega Squirt. I started tuning on Binary Editor and A9L Quarter Horse many years ago with Dave. Dave's still he's the ninja with it, man. He's just super good with, with tuning with that software. But we're pretty much kind of past that a little bit. Like, we're still going to tune on Dad's car, because remember, I actually want to put the stock A9L tune back into my dad's car and see how much power it makes. And put those GT40 intakes on you see behind me. So, do I need a special cable? Yeah. So I think they answered it. Jim Walt said, yes, you need a separate cable. Okay. So that's the one event, earning a TREMEC, going back to the thumbnail. The second event, you could earn a TREMEC. We're actually upping the ante this year for the stick shift no prep series. I have 8 races picked out, which is on the Facebook page pinned, and I'm going to promote it a little bit more because I got one more video I'm going to bring out, because there may be somebody that watches my YouTube that doesn't watch the Facebook. But you guys know some stick shift people that want to come up to Ohio and race some of the series. We got 8 races. I think there's 4 front sides, 5 front sides, and like 3 back halves. So there's a little bit of a mix of different racing going on. And no prep is no prep. But I mean, it's still pretty good racing regardless. And, you get a point for winning. You get a point for buying in. You get a half a point if you get a buy. You get 2 points if you win the race. And he who has the most points at the end of the year wins a TREMEC. So that's the one you see. That's the one you see behind me right here. So we're giving away. I want to make a big shout out to Mike Kidd and TREMEC once again for ponying up not 1, but 2 transmissions for us to give away here on the channel. So it's pretty awesome. I pretty much humbled as hell. So that's what the earn the TREMEC thing is. So the Trooper Coupe timeline, we don't plan on racing in July at all. We're going to take July off, and we're going to actually pull the 363 out of the white car and freshen it up. And if we're ready, we're going to drop it down in the coupe just to start getting it. We're going to probably finish the season with the coupe. That way I can put the black coupe away, with the SSP away in the winter with the motor that's supposed to go in it. And if anything, we'll put the 363 back in the white car, or put the Yodi in the white car. I mean, I don't know. there's a lot of things that we've picked up recently as far as engines concerned that, you know, may change the direction we're going. So wouldn't mind doing that junkyard Yodi and something, you know, maybe even Cousin Paul's clapped out coupe. That would be cool. Shit, that would be super cool. Easy peasy. I need help with my airlines hooked up to the right. What do you need help with? Only thing you need is the fuel regulator and the vacuum for, well, fuel regulator. Unless you're putting vacuum, unless you got heat, then you want to go over to the vacuum block. Is there a difference between an AOD and a T5 drive shaft? Yes. The AOD has a big weight ring on it. It also has different U-joints. Can you use an AOD drive shaft in a T5 swap? Absolutely. But that's not what you really want to do. Like I have, I thought I had an AOD one here somewhere. The U-joint's bigger and they have a big ring on them. So got enough Yodis for each car now. So MJP knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to chat about the two motors we did just pick up because one of them's busted. So that's just a parts motor, but there's a second motor and, you know, I shared it with my members. It was crazy. I got a crazy deal and it needs fixed, but it's not a, you know, it's a 5-digit motor. I mean, it's as far as like money wise. And it's just like, well, if I'm going to do a Yodi, I might as well do it right. Shit. Right. Go to DIY Auto Tune. Yeah. So there's follow what he's talking about. Jason Johnson. It's starting to make my car smoke and my RPMs are high. You just got a serious vacuum leak somewhere. Well, what you need to do is take the J192. You need to take the upper intake back off and block off all these. If you can take it to a machine shop or something to get all those vacuums blocked off, you only really need the two in the back and the one big one to go to the for the brake booster. You only need like 3, you know. And I know for those guys that are doing the Explorer, you know, intake swap, there's like 6 or 8, 9 vacuum trees on that, and you just need to eliminate them. Just use the ones you need. Best steering wheel hub for aftermarket steering wheel. I just ordered it's funny you asked, 89 GT. I just actually ordered the quick release from Racecraft. Now, if I remember correctly, Racecraft is MotionWorks or Strange. It's one of those two companies. But I think it's Strange. Anyways, we just ordered the quick release because I don't use cruise control, obviously, on at least the black car, the coupe, or the white car. But yeah, I guess it's a pretty good hub. That's what Hanlon told me. So, what else we got? Elite 8. So we talked about what muffler you guys want me to do next, because I'm gonna do the muffler. I think I'm gonna do the Flowmaster, but I did have Cassius at Vibrant sending me a Violator. Is that right? Is it titanium? So this past week we ended up getting the black car all set up with the welding. I mean, I can't present a picture here, otherwise I would show you. But we welded up the X pipe. We set up. We're actually going to probably cut up into the header where we made that long extension. You guys that follow that build, and we might put like a slip fit there so we can make sure that we can bring our cross member down. So that'll be another day. But we ended up doing a whole bunch of welding on the exhaust with the black car, with the GT hatch, and we got it set to where all we're clamping with the I don't even know what those things are called, like the band clamps. We're only using them just for the mufflers. So we got the exhaust nice and tight in there. I took it for a ride a couple times. Sounds mean as hell on those Mac chambers, but we got to do another video because I promised you guys I would stay on a timeline with that. I'm not ready to put a camshaft in that car right now, unfortunately, as I'm pretty set and pretty happy with the black car, how much power it makes. I mean, it's a 400 wheel car on some budget ash 387 motor that I built here on the channel, which we're going to actually make a video about that and talk a little bit more about it soon. in case somebody wants to build that motor, whatever. But anyways, yeah, I think the Flowmaster. I mean, it's between the Flowmaster and is it titanium or Violator or something? I can't remember, but my guy Cassius over at Vibrant is going to send us one, and we're going to test it out. We'll get it fit up. We're going to test it out. Sound good. But what's up, Dan Robinson? It's my man from Summer Racing. It's good to see you, brother. I ain't seen you in a while. Guys, I miss y'all, man. Shit, I miss y'all. See, this is why he don't put me in a damn good mood. I was like, oh, I got a live stream. Oh, I got a live stream. Like, it's just you guys coming in to talk some Fox Body shit with me just puts me in a little better mood, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys spending your time to come in and hang out for show. So, hang on 1 second. Got to check something. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, I think we're gonna do the Flowmasters next. We're also gonna do a comparison with like the Flowmasters. They say that the Flowmasters like the what's the one that's on there? Is it the turbo? It's not the turbo muffler. It's not the Walker, whatever. What? Oh, the Jones. They said the Jones one is like a knockoff to the Flowmaster. If I remember correctly. But regardless of whatever muffler we put on there, we got to put a 3-inch one anyway. So we may have to. I think Flowmaster's next one we're gonna do. It's been a while. What'd you say? It's been a while. My car runs good and drives. Hey man, you got the shit off the jack stand. That's all that matters, baby. What's up, Encore? Good to see you, bro. I'm pumped about to get my engine 9 and 7-to-1 compression. It might actually have enough torque to get out of the damn. I mean, that's what it's all about. Black Widow. I got the electric. Yeah, so Black Widow is. We did. What was all the mufflers that we had wrote down? Are they still over here? Yeah. We got to do a whiteboard live stream soon. What y'all want to talk about? I mean, I'll put it on the damn schedule. Spintex titanium bullets. Is that Vibrant? Is that right? Pipes had the violators. That's right. SLP. This is what we're gonna go. This is what we're gonna go with right here. Because we just did the max, and I got to actually convert the Flowmasters over to 3-inch. So I'll do a little video on that. I mean, ain't that big of a damn deal. I'm just cutting a bunch of shit and welding it. But the 3-inch Flowmasters, I think that's what we're going to do next. Jones full bore mufflers, and they are built like a Flowmaster, but a different sound. Half the cost, and I love the sound. So when we do Flowmaster, we should probably do the Jones's full bore or whatever right after. And then we could do like a comparison video. Now I know my fuel pump is loud. Ain't nothing I can do about that shit. It's E85. It's a Magna Fuel 750. Ain't nothing I'm gonna do about that. So you're gonna hear my damn pump, but I'll rev it up enough and get enough footage to where you can hear a distinct muffler sound. I didn't realize how much my damn muffler, how loud that shit really was. I didn't really ever care that much, but I do apologize. I mean, it does sound pretty good, but it is loud. It is definitely loud. Hang on a second. At least I can show you something that all right, here we go. This is what I'm gonna show you. Hell yeah. Here we go. Oh, y'all already know, right? Y'all already know right now. I don't think I showed you guys this one. Y'all know what I'm about to do right here. I was setting up. Get it. So these are the Macs. I never got this video for my Mac video, so I'm just gonna do this shit as like a little short video this week. I forgot I even had to put it. But this is the X. This is a BBK inch and 3/4, 3-inch X pipe into 3-inch Mac flow path, 3-inch tail. Couldn't stand that. Yes. Do that again. That shit is fire, baby. Should have had the camera a little bit. Black Rock burnout. Love that shit. Anyways, that's the Mac. I needed to get the camera a little bit closer. That's my fault. You could hear the muffler a little bit better. You know, matter of fact, hold on a second. Shit, hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, it's not there. It's not there. Oh, shit. That's right, baby. I got both sides. You know me. Let's see if it sounds a little bit different on this side. Same burnout, other side. I forgot I put two cameras up. I mean, you hear that fuel? You hear that damn fuel pump, man? I'm telling you. Sorry, it messes it up. Old school Mac, baby. 3-inch. Hell yeah. All right, that's enough. Good taste that. Let me tell you what. When I did that video, you ain't wrong, bro. You ain't wrong. When I did that video, that shit was like that's why I just drove it out. I'm like, man, shit was like burning my eyes, man. That was crazy. But y'all already know when I pull up in that little burnout box. Actually, that's just the property over at TI Dyno. So appreciate Kevin for letting me test some mufflers over there. So I do got a little bit of video coming out with that shit. I forgot to even show you guys. That's my fault. But anyways, Flowmaster is going to be the next one. We're going to probably wrap that in with what you just saw, you know, with the Macs. And every time that we do this video, because, you know, they're not that difficult to do. I mean, I'm going to have to spend a couple hours modifying mufflers, but that's the shit we do. You know what I mean? I got a couple Flowmasters in the back. So in case you guys didn't know that are new and what the hell I'm talking about, I actually took a Mac Pro Chamber. It's a Mac flow path, which is part of the Pro Chamber system. And since that was 2.5 inch, I ended up cutting the whole section out and actually creating a 3-inch muffler. I got a couple really, really good Flowmasters in the back that are really nice. They're 40 series. So we're going to do the same thing because they're 2.5 as well. So from there on out, I'm going to keep the Flowmasters in the Max, but from there on out, like the vibrant, what do they call them? Shit. The bullets, the titanium bullets, like we're going to be giving shit away. So we need smell of it. What? Anyways, so that's what the next muffler is. Moving on. Earn a TREMEC, lessons learned. We talked about the Elite 8 a little bit. Guys, lesson learned. Let's talk about Kings of Columbus a little bit. We, first no prep of the season, you know, we went to Florida, that was prepped, NMRA quarter mile. And our first no prep of the season was the April 13th, where my buddy Hanlon came into town and we raced in Columbus. Now, I kind of wanted to go to London, Kentucky to race with my buddy Tyler Garlock and all those guys down there with Virgil's race. But I had already promised Hanlon, you know, that was only like his second no prep like ever. And I wanted him to race with me, and he didn't want to go there. Obviously he wasn't ready for something like that, but figured, you know, we could shake some shit down in Columbus and have a little bit of fun. But lessons learned, man. You know, when you're modifying your Fox body, you know, I started making passes and it seemed to be okay. The car seemed to be okay, but it just was really slow. And I'll just show you a really quick video of what I'm talking about. And that's where we're getting lessons learned at. So we went to Kings of Columbus. This is a new cement that we had to burn out through. So that kind of sucked. That was terrible. I don't even know why that's even in there. Let's get one of my launches, one of my car runs. I think this was, nope, that's the wrong one. I don't know. I got this shit all not named correctly yet, but I will say that, you know, I got humbled. You know, the CO2 that I had set up on my car is where all my power's at now, right? You know, you've seen us put it in with Motion Raceworks. Like literally we have like a 6-pound spring in our wastegate. For those that know how Boost is built, we got Boost, like 6 pounds of Boost on our actual wastegate. And then we control all of our boost through CO2, which is just compressed air. And all the compressed air does is holds the wastegate closed like it has a spring in it, a heavier spring. The nice thing about CO2 is you could actually control the boost amount and keep it level and maintain a good boost amount or whatever. So our small tune makes 730 on like 12 pounds of boost. And that's not a lot, but that's not, you know, it's twice as much as the spring rate. Anyways, I turned the regulator on, which is on my CO2 tank, but I didn't turn the actual valve on to put air into the lines. So I was racing the whole day on 6 pounds of boost, and it just sounded like it was messing my turbo up. I mean, it put fuel all in my motor and shit because there was just so much fuel that was being compensated, taken out. It's just, it was a hot freaking mess. I ended up racing my buddy Hanlon, who put me in the trailer. I think I ran like one of the worst passes in the 8th mile thing I've ever ran that day. I mean, not saying that he wasn't going to win, but, you know, he was on a pass and he did really well. So I was super proud of Andrew for racing with me. And, you know, sometimes you just got to be humble, man. You know, stick shift's all about going A to B. And that was only the second time I've used CO2. So I learned something, you know, I learned something very valuable that day. You know what I mean? And the one thing that I definitely, you know, was super proud of Andrew for getting into the finals. I think he was racing for about $1,000 or whatever, but his car is nasty, man. And I'll show you guys the finals race. So I'm real super proud of him for doing what he's, you know, for, you know, doing some stick shift shit with stick shift friends. But let me, so this is the video with the finals. And I made this and put it up on YouTube. Listen to this damn Yodi, man. Now, I'm pretty sure that Andrew's car is going to be pretty tough to beat in no prep once he gets the steering pretty much correct. Put a little shot of nitrous on there and hey, big boy. But he was racing 1,000 horsepower super. My car left. But he had to pull out of it because he went right. And regardless, if he had stayed into it, he probably wouldn't have ended well. But you know, I'm super proud of him for coming down to Columbus. I mean, he drove 6-7 hours just to get there. So we had a great time, man. It was a good pass. It was a good event all the way around. Neo, what's a decent crankshaft for a 351 non-stroker? I can't afford the machine work. Honestly, an Eagle. You can get an Eagle one for like $300. Yeah. Dell, good balance and good balancer. Yes, always good balance. Cast crank can handle less power than forge, but zero balance crank. That's right. A lot of good answers there. No matter what crank you buy or use, it definitely needs balance with the rods and pistons. Guys, that's 110% the truth right there. When we're talking about, shop shit, and we're talking about tech shit here on the channel, when you're building a motor, harmonics is what's going to kill your motor, especially push rod stuff. Because I'm pretty sure Yodi stuff, isn't all Yodi stuff all zero now? Isn't like LS all zero balance? I don't think there's harmonics in any of that. So, yeah, I mean, when you're building a 302, guys, consider the fact that the 302 is a 50-ounce balancer and a 50-ounce flywheel. So there's literally like 3 pounds on each end of that motor that's creating the harmonics for that motor. You see what I mean? 351, it's 28 ounce in the front, 28 ounce in the rear. That's still 1.5 pounds or more, actually, pound and like 3/4. Regardless, if you want a motor to live, if you're going to build a motor, regardless if it's a cheap stock bottom end or whatever, if you can get the zero balance, that's the ticket. Put a good balancer, put a good steel balancer on the front of it. Zero balance. Most flywheels have removable weights. You're good to go. That motor will definitely rev differently and will last through more shit than one that's balanced, in my opinion. What's up, Brad, for rides? Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, so LS, Yodi, all the motors now are all zero. You don't deal with balancing for the most part. Then I had to confirm that because I didn't know. But Dave is building me a 408 right now. I know. I know. He's also got my 408 there. He's finishing. And like I said, we're not racing in July. We're going to take a break because we got a race this weekend. We got a race next weekend, possibly a race in 2 weeks in like May 18th. I got to get ready for NMRA. And then I got another points race after that. And then I got Ford Takeover. So I need a damn break. So I said to myself, let's just take July off, enjoy the weather, enjoy my family, take a little vacation. The 363 has been in these damn cars for almost 4 years. Remember, my 408 had like 3 years on it. So big shout out to my man, Dave Dalt. That dude can build some shit. If you want an engine built and you're looking to make some power, I'm telling you, the mad scientist on the channel, Dave Dalt, racing engines or whatever you want to call it now, that's what we're pushing here on the channel. You want a badass engine built, badass little Ford push rod, or even modular. I think he's starting to get into a lot of the modular stuff. That he's the dude to go to. He's got all the tools to make that shit happen. So, if you're curious about that, hit me. If you're hearing this for the first time, hit me up in the comments. We'll get you directed in the right area. So, current crank in my car is $1,800. This stuff is addiction. That's for sure. Crankshaft, man. It's the heart of the motor. I got Summit Day at Norwalk, May 10th. Nice. We're going to be racing our very first Drag Race 40. Actually, we're at Drag Race 42 the next 2 weeks. We got it Friday. We have the Elite 8. And in the following Saturday, we have the very first point series where we're going to be giving away big shout to Mickey Thompson. Mickey Thompson donated a pair of tires to the stick shift winner May 4th at our first points race. And that's also the first TREMEC points race where you can get the points towards the TREMEC or whatever. But do you have a pre-register for Ford Takeover? I don't think so. I don't know if Caleb's in chat or not watching, but maybe you might want to. That's something, Damon, you might want to ask Caleb Richards. Are you going to War in the Woods? When is that? I don't think so. I got like 20 races to do this year. War in the Woods. I'm spelling it wrong. Did he just announce the date? Small tire, big tire. I don't think they have a stick shift. Do they? They said they were going to do it, I thought. Hard tire, True Street. I don't think there's any stick shift. I thought they were going to change that, though. May 31st and June 1st. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to make that because that's the weekend before. That's the weekend of NMRA. I go to NMRA to support TREMEC, and hopefully, damn it, I can change the damn stick shift venue there. You know, where it's heads up. You know, back in the day, you know, NMRA used to be the who's who of stick shift, and somebody shit on that shootout years ago, and it just, you know, like the current rules right now just don't work. And it's just like, you know, I'm trying to make it, and it's starting to get better. We had a really good shootout in Bowling Green where, you know, everybody, you know, ran it out. You know, everybody pretty much ran their car best they could. And, you know, there was no, you know, issues or whatever. But, you know, I just want it to be instant green 8th mile, or just, you know, if you make the top 8 stick shift, you know what I mean, for the next day, for Sunday, just run it out. You know what I mean? If you're just not fast enough, you're just not fast enough. I mean, it is what it is. That's the way I was always brought up. You know what I mean? We went to Florida. We went 9:29, 9:25 for like 9:18, and then we went 8:90 the next day. So like we went faster because, I mean, we were tuning. We were starting to get, you know, putting, you know, tires to track for once. And, you know, I went to Florida knowing damn well I probably wasn't going to have any chance at winning it. You know, I was the number 1 qualifier for the stick shift shootout, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It is what it is. Tony mentioned, Tony Politano. Is that, yeah, Tony mentioned that there was going to be a stick shift class. Yeah. Didn't he say that? Maybe. Yeah. Don't quote me, guys. I don't know. That's a Jeff Thomas race. So yeah, it's pretty sketchy, bro. What's up, Super Dave? Good to see you, brother. Yes, please do it, man. So yeah, hot street class back in the day, man, that shit was badass. You know, I'm really hoping that maybe I can, you know, we can change stick shift this year with the NMRA, at least the 3 races. I think it's Florida, Norwalk, and Bowling Green. But regardless of what venue we run, we're there to support the, you know, McLeod and TREMEC regardless. So, I mean, Norwalk's in our backyard anyways. So we're going to go, and we're going to run our shit, and we're going to run straight, and we're going to run fast, and, you know, what comes of it comes of it. But, you know, hopefully this round in Norwalk, we can get a little bit of heads up racing. That'd be fucking dope. Yeah, Tatter, hot street class was dope back in the day. Well, hell, the True Street one is kind of nice because when they do King of the Street in NMRA, that's pretty fire. I mean, that's instant green 8th mile. Matter of fact, Niehaus, my buddy Mike Niehaus with the twin stick shift car, or twin turbo stick shift car, he's actually ran, I think, in the finals at Bowling Green in 2023 against somebody for King of the Street. So there was a stick shift H pattern small tire car in Bowling Green's King of the Street in the finals last year. He shook a tire in second gear, and, you know, 8th mile, that's unforgiving, man. You know, you get loose or get stupid in 8th mile, and somebody come right around you. It's not a big deal. But yeah, guys, I wanted to get on today. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. I don't like doing that shit. Big shout to TREMEC and McLeod. Big shout to Mike Kidd and TREMEC, because I do have a banner to give away to you guys. He did give me 4. He ordered a bunch for us for the channel because he really likes what we're doing here on the channel. And he really likes supporting the subscribers as well. So probably get another 5 or 6 banners to give away. But nonetheless, we do have a TREMEC banner to give away today. So I don't know if my man Gabe Large is in the chat, but last one we gave away was like a Stifler's one. So Yep. TREMEC. A little bit of shop swag, baby. Right? So go ahead and hit the hashtag TREMEC and I'll give it away. So I'll fold this shit up while you guys do that. Let me post this in comments. You already won one of the TREMEC banners, or actually won one of the other banners, you know, maybe give somebody else a chance to win something. I'll let that spin through for a second, and then I'll fold this up. Put somebody's name on it. All right. Anybody got something they want to talk about real quick before we get off the chat here? Got some tech things we want to ask? Got a question? So we got videos coming up this week where we went to we actually went to TREMEC's headquarters and did a walkthrough, and we're going to actually announce the TREMEC, you know, with the earn a TREMEC or whatever, with the racing or whatever. We got a video from putting the big turbo back on coming up this week. What else we got going? We got a couple of them that we got to catch up on. I did do the video with the burnout with the Mac mufflers. I mean, that's not that big of a deal, but that could actually lead us into the next iteration of the next muffler. I don't know. I just appreciate you guys watching the shit, man. Just watching me ramble, hanging out with me on a Sunday. I'm using my banner as an engine dust cover. Man, that's not where that's supposed to go, bro. Best place to get a TKX kit to install in a Fox body with a 302 build. Handle Motorsports. If you mention my name, you get money off. Money too. Is that still rolling right now, or is that gone? Is it 200, 250? I don't remember what it is. Not the transmission, the kit. Let me rephrase that, bro. Let me rephrase it. I still can't figure out how to bypass the NSS stuff on my 86. Car was an auto car for 5-speed swap. I don't want to bypass the harness if there's a free method. Just go down by the solenoid. Where even if you still have the same transmission harness in the car, Carlos, there should be a jumper. Like you can jump like to like what is it, S to something. There's like is it like a plug down there? It's got like it's like round or whatever. Is that what's down there? I wish the stick shift no prep races weren't so far away from me. I'd throw the old NX kit in. Man, come on and do some stick shift shit with stick shift friends, bro. I'm still rolling 250 off any full package right now to the end of April. If you mentioned Neo Mustangs. Yup. So let me spin this up. There wasn't a whole lot of people in on it. So I got to be careful who. There's only like a small group of people here. Jim Hilt won it. Good job. Appreciate you, Jim. I don't think you won a banner yet. Get a hold of me, Jim, at that email right there. If you guys are looking for some merch too, I do have some hats and some congratulations, Jim. I do have some hats and some t-shirts I'm getting rid of. I'm actually collaborating with Mike Johnson at 417. We're going to actually do a service. We're going to start the website, and me and Mike are going to get set up to where he's going to handle most of my merch. So I will be selling a lot of merch with different t-shirts. Got, stick shift shit with stick shift friends, which I'm going to collaborate with Hanlon because that's his. I just say it all the time. That's actually his phrase. But like, get your shit off the jack stands. I think we need to make a t-shirt like that. I mean, would you guys wear that stuff if I actually made that? Like, some people don't like cursing in t-shirts, but I mean, it's 2024. I mean, they curse in cartoons now. You know what I mean? So like, does it really matter, bro? You know what I mean? But stick shift shit with stick shift friends. Get your shit off the jack stands. What else do we say a lot of? We say, would you guys actually buy that shit? I mean, if I put it on a t-shirt, this hat here, I would, if you guys want to buy, if you guys want, I'll put this on the website too. This is an actual embroidered. This is actually my white car. It's got, you notice it got no fog lights. It's got no front Ford symbol, and it's got the SVO hood. So, I mean, I'm telling you, and he's going to put like tumblers and shit on there. I mean, I'll just, I'm thinking about getting Tom Clark involved, where he's the, Tom Clark is part of Stifler's. He's also, if I want to say it right, he has his own brand where he does, he creates like t-shirts. I don't know. Andrew told me that, you should get a hold of Tom Clark, or Mike Johnson told me to get a hold of Tom Clark. He could design some pretty cool shit for me. So I want to put a flag on my sleeve. Obviously I'm a veteran, so I'm, what Team Z did with that flag on the t-shirt, I think is pretty fire. So definitely want to start rolling some damn merch, man. I mean, just outside of just the shit I wear, so shit's mild word and the vulgar stuff like that. I agree. Yeah, I got 3Xs. I got all the sizes, guys. I need to get rid of some t-shirts because I want to get rid of the merch that I have on site, because I want to actually make new shirts with like different designs. Like, it'll still say Neil Mustangs on the front or whatever, but on the back it'll be like, the white car, leaving the line, which says stick shift shit with stick shift friends, and it have some people, put on it or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. I got the website up. It's running. I mean, I actually showed Andrew. He knows, he can vouch for it. I mean, it's ready. All I got to do is click publish. But I need to get with Mike Johnson in 417 because he's got a wonderful thing going on. It's something service. He's got a service, and he's a good person to be in business with. So I want him to handle that, and it'd be a lot easier. Yes, for sure, Damon. For sure. Vets to the front. So a big shout out to, if you're in chat and you're a veteran and or served in the military, I appreciate your service and your family for, the sacrifices. So we should do a shirt with your car and my car together. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Do a stick shift shit with stick shift friends. Just have your car on one side, my car on the other. I think it'd be pretty far. We got a tech question. Hang on. Anybody ever had issues with stock fuel injectors not properly seating into stock fuel rails? Change your O-ring. Your O-ring is swollen. It happens. Put a new one in. But yeah, you could oil them and grease them and get them in, but most likely you got to be careful too, because installing injector O-rings, guys, you could nip them, especially on aftermarket rails. You got to be super easy with them, because they're so sharp on the aluminum edge that you could, you stick the injector up in the hole and not know you cut an injector O-ring. And then when it gets pressurized, it could put all kind of fuel all over your damn engine bay. That's almost like a hazard and shit. So you got to be really careful with injector O-rings. if you get a chance to change them, they're super cheap. Get a decent brand and change them. It's like changing the gasket. You know, it's just security. That shit gets all messed up. Check O-ring, make sure fuel rail. That's correct. Fuel rails like the unbolt too. So, but yeah, guys, I just wanted to stop in. Sorry about the getting on the live chat a little bit late. Big shout to Jim Hilt for this is the TREMEC banner. Big thanks to Mike and TREMEC for giving us banners to give away to you guys. So, like I said, we got 3 videos coming out this week. At least 2: Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Thursday, Saturday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I like starting the week with a live stream though. It gets the shit rolling. I don't like not live streaming, and you guys here on the channel, motivate me in chat to get my ass out of off the couch and over here, talking some Fox body shit with some friends. So, I want to thank you guys once again tonight for joining up with us, and I hope I answered some of your guys' tech questions if you had them. Definitely want to do a working live stream with the whiteboard again. We haven't done that in about a month. Maybe we'll talk about the 387. Maybe that's a video I need to come out with, is how I built the 387 and just put it in one conglomerate video, and then we can go through it and shit. Yeah, I mean, I love the engine build and I love the race. There's a lot of things we could talk about. So you guys got any suggestions? Want to talk about something on a live stream? Some Fox body shit on a live stream that maybe I can help you out. Maybe some of the wiring hazards that are out there. Again, we can bring some of them old ones back and just kind of go through them. And actually got a couple of wiring hazards to gonna add to that list now. Shit, right? I got some banners for you too. I'll get them out this week. Yeah, get them out as soon as possible. As soon as possible. I would love to hand out some Handling banners. And to be honest with you, just tell me how much they are, and I'll buy like 10 of them. So like, I know they're not cheap, and I don't want to take away from the business. Just whatever. What's the cost on them, and I'll just pay that. That's fine. That would work, Andrew. Price on a TKX shifter, I think it's $300. Would you be into making a video on my car? I don't know, possibly. I mean, it is pretty badass. What anti-roll bar do you recommend? Team Z. Team Z has multiple ones. They have the one that attaches to the upper lower control arm boxes that are replaced, and they have one that's attached to that you actually weld into place. I need to replace mine in my white car, but you should see my wiring mess. How about, what parts do you people want to find at the swap meet? Ooh, shit, that's a good conversation. I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to see dashboards, Fox body spindles, T5 parts like drive shafts and pedals. When I go to a swap meet, Dave, I'm looking for just what I said: drive shaft, pedals. I'm a little bit different. SN95 spindles. I'm a little bit different because I'll buy some of the really dumb shit. Dashboards. Consoles. I don't know. It's tough, man. When you go to a swap meet, man, people are just looking for something a little bit cheaper than they would normally get it for. But, they don't want to buy no broke shit, I've been kicking around the idea of finding a Fox shell and cutting it in half and using the back half as a mini trailer. Nice. Get one that's wrecked, man. Get one that's wrecked. Do that shit. Yep, Troy. Yep. 94, 95 spindles, axles. Like I actually had, people this past weekend asking me if I had, or when I went to the swap meet, asking me if I had an 8.8 axle. So we are going to Carlisle, by the way. I am heading to Carlisle. Now, isn't Carlisle When is that, Andrew? Carlisle, PA, April 16th. What the? What? It's at the end of May, isn't it? No, it's in a couple. Yeah, the Ford Nationals. There it is. May 31st through June 2nd. Uh-oh. Yes, because Carlisle is the week before NMRA. Then there's NMRA. Then we have our second points race, and then we have Ford Takeover. So, like, this is why I'm taking July off, because it's been crazy. I'm going to be out of town 4 weeks in a row. Ugh. Absolutely nuts. I'd be wondering if I even have a girlfriend after that. Shit. I'm kidding, Katie. I love you. NMRA has one of the best swap meets. Do they? Like in Norwalk? Like, or are you talking about Bowling Green? Because let me tell you what, I went to Bowling Green last fall, and there was just swap meet shit all over the hill. And it took everything. I mean, I just was so damn busy getting the car right and getting it ready. I was like, I can't go up there and, shop. I mean, I'll be up there for 8 hours, not giving a damn. You know what I mean? But anyway, all right. We'll start wrapping this up. Guys, you gotta stay motivated. Shots fired. What's that mean? I need a headliner for my sunroof car. That's definitely something you're going to want to buy from, like, I don't know, NPD or some shit. Anyways, got a couple of videos coming up this week. I got a big race coming up Friday. I put on this elite thing for me and my friends to test a little bit. So we're going to have myself, Tyler Garlock, who's a mid-8-second stick shift car or more. Brian Crane's coming into town. He's been 790s stick shift, small tire. We got Danny Watts coming in. He's putting his shit together, but this time it's going to be right. Mike Niehaus just went 850s this past weekend. Corey Binks made stupid power on the dyno. He'll be ready. Got Skylar Hardy coming in with deleted, and my man Jeff McCool coming in with the Coyote nitrous car. So it's going to be super fire, man. I'm going to have a bunch of, we're going to have a bunch of pictures. I'll have some stuff to share to the members by the end of the weekend. We'll go live and stuff, and I'll show you guys some of that stuff. So we're gonna have a good time either way. Anyways, all right, guys. I'm always talking that shit. Get your shit out the jack stands. It's what we're doing right here with the coupe. I can't be on the channel and keep pushing this thing around like it's a box of bolts. We're getting this shit together. We're getting our stuff off the jack stands. You too. We're making a plan. We made a plan last week. We knocked a bunch of shit out. We had a whole board worth of stuff of everything that we needed done, and 90% of it got done. You got to make time for your car. You got to make time for your family. You got to budget and balance everything in your life, and cars ain't no different. I just want you guys to stay motivated. You guys motivate me to create content, and you guys motivate me to come on here to talk some Fox Body shit with Fox Body friends. And I appreciate everyone who's part of that, even if you don't own a Fox Body. But nonetheless, stay tuned to some of the videos we got coming on this week. We will premiere a couple of them. I don't know if you guys know what Premiere is, but Premiere is basically where we watch the video together, and it kind of like live stream chats a little bit. So you could pop in and say hello for a minute while the video is just airing. So that's what that is. We've been doing premieres lately, and that's what that means. You can come in and watch the video I just put out with me for 10 or 15 minutes for however long it is. So, we'll premiere one of our videos this week, even if it's just one of the boring ones. But even though it's boring, I appreciate you guys still for watching it. But anyways, have a good night. Get your shit off the jack stands. Make a list. Check it twice. Make it happen. I'll see you guys soon this week in the next video. We'll be talking about our race on Friday, on Sunday. And I'll look forward to, we'll be giving up another banner. So appreciate you guys. Have a good day, evening, and a good week.